You said that with George Floyd. You said that with, you know, Ahmaud Arbery. You said that with everybody. No, this is not me coming on here promoting any Black Lives Matter shtick or anything like that, but seeing how it affects most of my, brothers and sisters around the board, that sucks. And it hurts like hell. Um, it's too much going on right now, you know? Way too much. From quarantining to having to literally don a fucking face mask every time you walk outside or walk into a building, to police literally just and making up and enforcing stupid ass rules that have nothing to do with anything or any of our safety, to them opening back up facilities like bowling alleys and gyms but forcing you to wear a fucking mask even when you're on the treadmill or working out because God forbid someone catches it or whatever. And literally, for people with asthma or anybody else who cannot fucking breathe, literally, that's a fucking problem. Um, Anybody who knows me have heard me speak on this millions of times. This is just really bullshit. The whole thing is entire bullshit to me. Um, I'm talking about society in general, you know? I knew at a young age that I didn't fit in with this world. I knew that from like third or fourth grade, when I was going through my shit. Um, and it only got worse in middle school and high school. But the thing is, it taught me that, um, that fitting in is not all that matters or all that counts, you know. I could go into a lot of detail about that. Just stuff about, the clothes you wear, all that stuff. All that stuff doesn't matter. Um, like, you could be somebody who has a fresh pair of Jordans and be the biggest asshole on the planet, okay? Your outfit does not mean shit. Neither does your money or your status or any of that. That's how we got into the problem that we got in today with modern day consumerism. Um, Everybody just consumes. When the one thing you should be consuming is knowledge, not so much entertainment. You know, read a book, you know, learn yourself, meditate, something like that, eat better, exercise, stuff like that. Learn about the living world around you, about the planet, about Mother Nature, water, plants, stuff like that. Things that we will literally need and essential for us to survive. But they won't teach you that shit in school because, well, school's rigged and it's a fucking piece of shit ass system. Now, to any of my teachers watching this that I had the pleasure of knowing, nothing personal, but the system is garbage and so is school. And the sooner, people wake up and figure that out, the better. Because it literally doesn't teach you anything for real life. It doesn't teach you how to prepare for this bullshit ass grading system of chain of command that we were taught. It doesn't teach you how to be a good person or how to become a well-off and independent man or female, you know, or how to raise families or whatever. Home economics does that. Now, look, I had a lot of favorite classes in school. One was English. I love English. I literally memorized the whole dictionary. That's why my vocabulary is extensive, and I use that for my songwriting, lyrics, and whatnot. So I loved English. I always loved words, you know. I'll never forget my teacher literally put me in an honors class for writing and everything in like ninth grade because he felt that it was the best for me and I had a gift. So thanks. Uh, but yeah, like fuck the system. Um, it's getting tough out there, you know. It's getting tough out there trying to be strong and trying to endure all this thing. Trust me, I know. When you've had enough, uh, really only you know when you've had enough. No one else does, and especially if you don't open up or tell them. Um, Me, man, I pass my days by trying to stay busy and do what I do best, which is love, art, and you know, my guitar and whatnot. Um, I had way more to say. I'm a little speechless because I've held this in for so long. I wrote songs about it. I wrote poems about it, but um, I've never spoke on it, in general about racism and all that stuff because I think racists are probably the biggest pieces of shit on the planet. Um, Literally, you your whole opinion is based on somebody because of their skin color or their ethnicity or their culture, something they can't help. Something they were born with, as if it's a defect or a disease, as if it's their fault. And this is coming from a guy who, generally didn't like his own women at the time. And I'm just sort of coming around to realizing not all black females are the same. So, in general, I apologize for that. Took a while, still takes some time, but a lot of the older songs or older material I used to write, that slandered them and dragged their name through the mud. I had to reevaluate, cope, and go back with inside myself and say, you know what? You have to remember you have a black sister, you have a black mother, you have a black aunt, you have black cousins. And to all of you, I love you dearly and very much. It's crazy, you know. And since I'm speaking on race, I'm going to tell you about an experience I had where I was in the fourth grade and it was Valentine's Day, and I uh, had given a Valentine card to a black girl, and she gave it back and said, "Yeah, no." um, and the white girl, um, the white girl sees this and sees I'm upset or sad or whatever, walks over with a big smile on her face and hands me Valentine's card and goes, "Have a nice day." Happy Valentine's Day. You deserve love too. And then the next week, from then on, I start hanging with this white girl. And, well, the black girl that didn't show any interest in me at the time didn't like that. And I guess she felt competition or whatever. Mind you, we're in the fourth or fifth grade, okay? I'm like 9 or 10, whatever. But, so she comes over, she tries to talk to me and say, "Oh, hey, Michael, I'm sorry," whatever, blah, blah, blah. The white girl, Brooke, the white girl, Brooke, slams her hands on the lunch table. Okay, true story. Slams her hand on the desk and goes like that and goes, "Back off. Turn around. Walk away. You've done enough. Leave him alone. Shoo. Shoo fly. Go." Uh, and she just like the black. She just turns around with her head down and just sort of like, almost as if she was a little afraid of Brooke. Um, but that's in the past. Like I said, I was like 9 or 10, but that little experience right there, there's certain experiences like that that will shape things and make you look at things from a different perspective. Now, I'm only 10 at this point, but what wires in my mind is okay, so I tried to talk to the black girl, did not work. The white girl seems to show a lot of interest in me. Maybe that's the route I should take. Um, and, I go to therapy. I actually had a therapy session about this, and I tried to deny it at first, but it makes a lot of sense. It's a science term. It's in a book. It's known as cognitive bias. Cognitive bias. That's COGNITIVE bias. BIASES. Cognitive bias. And basically, it's like wiring your brain to believe something or want to believe something and make it so, no matter how untrue it is, with there being no actual facts to back it up. So, yeah, talk about a hell of an experience. But like I said, 10-year-old Michael was like, hey, you know, the white girl's digging you. She gave you a Valentine card. She sat by you. She gave you hugs. She's the one who you had your first kiss with. A black girl, not for you. But I misread the situation wrong, possibly. Uh, and this isn't based on a stereotype because I know a lot of people say, well, the white girls are easier to get than the black girls. The black girls take a real man or challenge. Like, I was like 10, okay? Um, anyway, um, so yeah, um, and no surprise, my first girlfriend was a white girl. Um, like I said, that was puppy love though. I was like 10 or 11. Her name was Jessica. Gorgeous as fuck. Love her. She has like kids and stuff and married now probably. On her Facebook page or whatever, but yeah. She was also pretty damn fast too. We could have gone all the way. She was giving me hints. I was 11 by the way, so I knew nothing about that. But she made some very candid and direct, you know, moves in my direction. But yeah, anyway, back to the whole point and message of this little PSA, as I like to call it, public service announcement. Um, Jacob Blake, shot by a white officer for doing absolutely nothing but getting in his car in the front of his kids. Shocker. Only in America. Um, and I said that to say this. Like I said, um, I think most people's impression of me, even when I was in high school, I had a nickname, and my nickname was Oreo. And I got that nickname because I was told I was more white than black. I looked black, but I was white on the inside. Why? Hmm. I guess when you like different music, when you play guitar, when you like Avenged Sevenfold or Seether or Nirvana or Pearl Jam or any one of those things, or Yu-Gi-Oh or Pokemon or superheroes, apparently, you're white. Okay. Um, and it used to bother me at first, but I'm over it now. Like I'm 29 years old. I could give a damn, you know. Clearly I'm very content and proud and happy with the person I am today. I may not be where I want to be just yet, but who gives a flying fuck? I'm solid on the inside. I'm like a rock. I'm proud and happy of my weird, quirky, and awkward defects or flaws, as you may call them. God gave them to us all. We were born that way. Um, so So back to Jacob Blake and this whole fucking thing. Um, what I'm saying does relate to this in a sense because even though my skin color is the same color as most of my people, I am, for the most part, I feel like looked down upon or not respected enough because I'm not what you would call generally black, which is bullshit if you ask me. If anything, I'm doing a fucking favor, and me being indifferent and nonchalant to the whole thing makes it a lot better. Um, don't get me wrong. When I was in school, when I was the new kid in school, I did try my hardest to fit in with the other black males and sag my pants and talk like them and do all that shit. But I grew out of that quickly because my teachers pulled me aside and everyone around me recognized the potential in me and tried to steer me in the right direction. Because a lot of these guys that I thought were cool and awesome because they had all these hoes and clothes and money at the time were in and out of jail, court, and all that other shit. And some of them ended up dead. And they were in gangs, slinging crack and being D-boys or whatever. So you see, don't always base what you should be like on the validation and perception of your peers because it's not always cracked up to be, and they can't tell you who to be because they don't even know who the fuck to be. Everyone's trying to be somebody else. There's no original ideas or thoughts, okay? All of us have fucking copied somebody one time or released another, okay? That's just how the world is. Um, so But yeah, my nickname was Oreo. Sometimes I get called double stuff Oreo, if I was being extra white that day, because God forbid if you're a black male and you use words that no other black male has ever used before because you have an extensive vocabulary and you read. So if you use a big ass word like consumerism or anti disestablishment or anything like that, apparently, you know, or fermentation, any word like that, apparently you're white or you talk white. Okay. Anyway, I'm getting off subject here. Um, but yeah, my brother, called me a few days ago. Shout out to James Canny. That's his rap name. Look him up on SoundCloud. He's also on Instagram. His username is Oh So Soulful. That's OHSOULFUL. Oh So Soulful. But yeah, my brother called just crying and railing about this Jacob Blake thing, and he feels the most for the black community these days because he sees what's going on. And he's 4 years younger than me. I'm 29, he's 25, and but yeah. Um Sorry, I keep pausing a lot in this video. I get distracted easily. I also have ADD, so sometimes I get distracted. I'm actually sitting upstairs in my room in the attic, and there are a lot of cars going by in traffic, and I think it's going to be another thunderstorm later on. And the rest of my family's downstairs talking loudly or whatever. So yeah, I'm getting distracted very easily right now. So yeah. Um but there's a lot of things I could say about this race agenda. There's a lot of things I could say about division and I could just go on and on about how the government has it out for all of us, and if you were really smart, you'd be looking up at them instead of at each other because they're the ones who provide the agendas to attack each other. But hopefully, most of you already know that. And if you're cool with me or you call yourself my friend or buddy or pal, then you would know that I stand for nothing having to do with government or anything involved because to me, America is nothing but a big ass business funded by, well, the producers who create us, the consumers. And when you do that little equation and math problem and you figure that shit out, it changes the game. Which also, there happens to be a book called Pawns in the Game, which I just recently read. You should look that up, Pawns in the Game. Um, it basically tells you everything that they said was going to happen. They know, trust me. All your favorite politicians, celebrities, all that, oh, trust me, they know what's going on because they're all a part of it. Which is probably why a person like me will never be famous or get to Hollywood and never has over these years because I would expose all that shit and I wouldn't go along with any of their fuck ass agendas because that's the reason why everybody's so divided and turned against each other. When we should, again, be looking at them, the people who fuck us up and poison our food and drop chemtrails on us and push vaccines. And by the way, for the love of God, do not, under any circumstances, I repeat, do not take that damn vaccine. Because if you do, there's no going back. I'm prepared to die for that shit. I'd rather die than take that vaccine. It's not fucking happening, okay? They've poisoned us for years, okay? No, we're not doing that. But yeah. Sick world we live in these days. Just when you say it can't get any worse, oh, it gets worse. Kids can't go to school. They're actually begging to go to school because they're so damn bored. Their whole school year was basically threw out because of some fake ass fucking agenda. People can't go to work. Well, couldn't go to work. Had to work from home. Are begging to go back to work. Are begging to go to bars and restaurants. Will do anything for their freedom back. Little do you know your freedom is just an illusion because you're allowed to run around with invisible shackles on your feet. Because no one is free. Not even the rich. And they have all the money, right? Unless you're an elitist. You do know what an elitist is, don't you? Keep an eye out for that word. Keyword, elite. You know what? You should watch the movie The Hunt. It's called The Hunt with Hilary Swank and Emma Roberts, Julia Roberts' cousin, Julia Roberts' niece. The Hunt. Really good movie. And if by the end of that movie you tell me that all that shit that they do in there is not happening now, like hunting regular people for sport, because they own everything like islands and shit, and we're their entertainment, and they just watch us to see what we're gonna do. Yeah. But anyway, so I saw the trailer for the new Batman movie with Robert Pattinson today. Really looks interesting. I know when Robert Pattinson was first cast as Bruce Wayne Batman, a lot of people were like, "Oh no, he's gonna suck." But actually, by the trailer and the way that he whipped that guy's ass and stuff, the way he portrays it, I think Robert Pattinson might surprise some of us. And if he doesn't, well, hey, it's too late to do anything about it anyway because he already has been cast as Batman. So the days of Clooney and who do they say is the best Batman ever? Michael Keaton. Everyone seems to lean heavily on Michael Keaton when it comes to Batman. Um, Christian Bale was an okay Batman. He got the job done. He carried the series for like 3 movies, but yeah, he's no Keaton. We're not even going to talk about Spider-Man because this has nothing to do about Spider-Man. But if I were them, I would definitely keep Tom Holland as Spider-Man just because. I mean, you can't bring Andrew Garfield back, so might as well keep Holland. He's awesome. As a matter of fact, I might actually watch Spider-Man Far From Home after I get off of here. That's what I plan to do anyway. This whole video I'm doing right now is completely spontaneous and a spur of the moment thing. I did not plan this. I just decided to get on here and talk shit. Whether anyone fucking cares or not, hey, unfollow me, unsubscribe from me. I don't give a fuck. I'm not. I'm here for those who actually want insight and are open-minded and not one-track minded losers and hypocrites like the rest of society. So, um, yeah. So, Batman, um, looks good. I also saw the trailer for the new Batman spin-off game called Gotham Knights that's going to be on PS5 and Xbox Series in 2021. So it looks like next year is going to be a big year for Batman, and I'm super fucking excited because I love Batman like a bitch. And I want to get the tattoo of the bat symbol in my hand. For those of you who don't know, this is just completely random. Spider-Man's my favorite hero, but Batman's my favorite of DC. Um, then it goes Flash, Green Lantern, everyone else down. Captain America. Captain America might be my third favorite superhero. I'm sorry, I'm going off. I'm a nerd, okay? I'm a nerd. I like technology and superheroes and Yu-Gi-Oh cards and Pokemon. So I've been a nerd for I nerd out sometime, okay? I just get completely baffled with like pop culture and superhero references. If you start having a conversation with me about Batman or superheroes or the Avengers have their video game coming out next month. Took them to the end of the Avengers movie series to finally make a video game. Ain't that something? Um, Looking forward to that as well. It's for PlayStation 4. It's going to be for PS5 and everything. Only thing I don't like is that Gotham Knights isn't for PlayStation 4. It's only for PS5 and Xbox Series. So all of you Xbox One players or PS4 players, PS3 and Xbox 360 players, you don't count. Sorry, those days are over. Still vintage, but no. Yeah, so Gotham Knights. And we will learn more about the Gotham. Oh, interesting fact about the Gotham Knights game. We're going to finally learn about the Court of Owls. Owls, the Court of Owls are people in Gotham City who control all the wealth and the power and are a secret society and government in Gotham City who wear masks, who control all the wealth and the money and the power. Court of Owls. Symbolism. Um, yeah, there's a lot of shit in Batman too that's really fucked up. It's once you start unraveling and going down that hole, you can't come back. There's a lot of shit in comic books too. Um, I think in one comic book, Batman originally believed in God, but they changed it in the early series. So now he's completely atheist. He doesn't believe in any of it. So it's like, okay, why are you guys changing? That's very weird. Um, anyway, man, I don't want to stay here too long because one, I have a life. Two, I'm not a YouTuber or much of a social person. But I just hope you taking care of yourself, man. I love you guys. And thanks for watching. If you made it through the video all the way, 30 minutes and 52 seconds. Didn't expect to be on here that long, but I had a lot to say. Um, and the last thing I want to leave you guys with is just I hope you're paying attention. I hope you're paying attention. Um, if you're a Christian or at least a believer like me, you see the signs. It's in your Bible. You read your Bible. A lot of people say that book is bullshit. It's fake. It's fiction. But a lot of the shit that book tells you is gonna happen is gonna fucking happen. And don't give me that. Oh, the government created the Bible to freak people out and induce fear and mind control people. Because a lot of that shit in there, whether you believe in Armageddon or the rapture or whatever, we're living in what could possibly be the end of the world or end times. And I just hope you're all ready. Um, I know I fucking am. I'm ready to get off this doomed space rock of a planet. I've had enough of this bullshit. 29 years and it's just only confirms what I already knew about the world and most of the people in it, is that they're nothing but ass kissers and dick pullers and dick suckers. So thanks for watching this video, and sorry. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. And to anybody watching this, family members, mom, dad, you have nothing to worry about. You created a genius. Okay, I'll be fine. I've been fine for 29 years. I may be a little off and a few screws loose, and I may have ADD, but I'm smart as a bitch. You created a very smart, intelligent, insightful, and articulate young man. So you have nothing to worry about. Um, so to my family, I love you. To my friends, what's up? um, and yeah. Oh, one more thing. I noticed that in the trailer for the Batman movie, they used Something in the Way by Nirvana. Absolutely love it. Love that song. Love that song. I'm actually going to put out a cover of that. As I mentioned, I'm an artist, so I do covers and songs and singing shit. So I'll be doing that. And thanks for watching, and peace out.